Aloha, I'm Kiana Cayabyab and you're watching Star News Live. Here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Lieutenant Governor Josh Green is calling for Hawaii residents to avoid all social gatherings for 2 weeks, starting today after state health officials reported 322 new infections. Green told the Star-Advertiser that the latest spike is due primarily to social gatherings from the Christmas and New Year's Day holidays. He said a 2-week pause in all social gatherings would help the state keep down its infection rate as health officials ramp up their vaccination efforts. Green said Hawaii needs a quiet 2 weeks to bring its numbers down quickly. Today's new statewide cases include 213 infections on Oahu, 56 on Maui, 18 on the Big Island, 1 on Kauai, and 34 state residents diagnosed outside of Hawaii. No new deaths were reported today, leaving the statewide COVID-related death toll at 299. Green said Hawaii's hospitalization rate has also increased over the last 2 weeks. There were 104 COVID patients hospitalized in Hawaii as of this morning. The Queens Medical Center has reported a cluster of 39 COVID-19 cases at its main Punchbowl Street hospital. The hospital said 27 caregivers and 12 patients tested positive following a single patient testing positive for the coronavirus 2 weeks ago. The hospital said that after the initial patient tested positive, it immediately took measures to prevent rapid transmission of the virus. All those who tested positive are quarantined and receiving appropriate care. Queens officials said they continue to follow CDC and State Department of Health guidelines to ensure safe, high-quality care for patients. So far, more than 5,700 caregivers at the Queens Health Systems have received the vaccine. Hawaii House Speaker Scott Saiki said he will introduce legislation to create statewide uniform COVID travel rules in order to reduce confusion for residents and tourists. He said a statewide travel policy should be consistent and apply to all counties to avoid confusion and to help boost Hawaii's statewide economy. Saiki also told the Honolulu Star-Advertiser that he would be willing to introduce a bill on behalf of the State Department of Hawaiian Homelands to allow a casino resort on DHHL property. Governor David Ige has already rejected DHHL's proposal to build a casino in Kapolei. Saiki said he opposes gambling in Hawaii, but that there should be a debate on the proposed casino which would generate revenue to help put Native Hawaiians into homes. Honolulu prosecutors have charged a 44-year-old man in connection with Monday's home invasion robbery in Manoa. Tiolu Lono was charged with first-degree burglary and his bail was set at $150,000. Police said a 76-year-old man and 62-year-old woman confronted 2 male suspects who broke into their home on East Manoa Road at 8:45 a.m. Monday. One of the suspects assaulted the homeowners and fled with their belongings. Police said the victims were taken to a hospital where they were treated and released. Later that afternoon, police arrested Lono in Makiki. Lono has a criminal record of 13 felony convictions for robbery, kidnapping, burglary, and other crimes. The other suspect remains at large. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 955-8300. Hawaiian Airlines plans to discontinue its Ohana by Hawaiian passenger service between Honolulu and both Molokai and Lanai. The company said it will suspend all operations by the inter-island carrier next week. The move will leave Mokulele Airlines as the only airline flying to both Molokai and Lanai. Mokulele flies 9-seat turboprop airplanes. The suspension of air service by Hawaiian will result in more than 60 layoffs of pilots, mechanics, flight attendants, and clerks. Hawaiian reduced its workforce by nearly 2,500 employees in October because of the pandemic and suspended Ohana by Hawaiian's cargo service in November. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, and we'll see you tomorrow.